Okay, let's now take a look at the content-based recommender system. Remember, there was content-based and there is collaborative filtering. Now, content-based is quite straightforward and intuitive. You're going to recommend items based on what the user has rated highly before. Example, the user likes Titanic. Titanic is a romantic movie, so the likelihood that the user likes Pretty Woman is going to be high. So that's basically the idea, intuitively. But remember, we need to convert everything to numbers if we want to do machine learning. We will not do machine learning here, but we will do the conversion in numbers. And how do we get to these numbers? Well, it's quite simple. The profile of Anna, what we can use is Anna's ratings. This we call again explicit plus implicit. Implicit information, implicit could, for example, Netflix could go and buy data from Facebook, some of your data from Google, your search history, your procurement history, and so on. So that information is available. Now we just gotta rate these, quantify these. So Anna likes romantic movies, so let's assume here we give a 4 out of 5. Movies that won Oscars, a 4 as well, and movies with Robert De Niro, a 4 as well. So that gives the score of Anna for these 3 features. This we call the features. Now we're going to do the same for the item. We need a profile for the item, and that's, of course, there's 2 movies here, responsibility of the vendor. So Cape Fear is a thriller, so here they're gonna score 0 because Anna likes romantic movies. Cape Fear had no Oscars, so it's 0 again. And Cape Fear has Robert De Niro, so we give it a 5. So this is 0, 0, 5. Now for Titanic is romance, so it's a 5. Oscars, it's a 5. But there's no Robert De Niro. So that can easily be done. Now, what we try to do now is to predict Anna's rating for Titanic and Cape Fear. Basically what it means that is how close do these 2 profiles match. So we need to match the user profile with the item profile per movie. So this is for each movie. So in our case, Titanic and Cape Fear. Now, similarity, we have to express this in a mathematical way. And one popular way to express similarity in mathematics is dot product. Don't worry, I'm going to try to explain it intuitively if you don't know what a dot product is. But basically you have 2 vectors. And let's show you that all of these are vectors. The user profile is a vector 4, 4, 4. Just see a vector as a column of numbers. The profile for Cape Fear is 0, 0, 5. And the profile for Titanic is 5, 5, 0. So now we need to see how similar these vectors are. And that we do with the dot product. And intuitively, what is a dot product? Is a projection of one vector to the other. And this is the angle theta. So the more that you and I are aligned, the more similar. In this, because if theta is 0, this one is 1, and you have just the absolute values of the magnitude of these vectors. But if your vector u would be this one, theta here would be 90 degrees, and the cosine of 90 degrees is 0. So that means that you and I in this case are not similar. This is the worst case. Now, best case is they fall in line. Worst case is they make an angle of 90 degrees. Yeah. So the only thing we need to do is to calculate these dot products. Yeah. So let's see for Cape Fear what the calculation is. So we have our user profile, which is the 444, and this is for Titanic. We have the same vector. And now we need to dot product this with the movie vectors. So it's 0, 0, 5 and 5, 5, 0. Yeah. How do you calculate the dot product? Well, you multiply the elements and you add them up. So in this case, 4 times 0 is 0. And now I add again. 4 times 0 is 0, and I add now 4 times 5 is 20. Yeah, so here your outcome will be 20. Okay? The same here, 4 times 5 is 20, plus 4 times 5 is 20, plus 4 times 0 is 0. So here your score is 40. Yeah? If the only thing you want to do is recommend a list to Anna, these scores are enough. You would just put Titanic higher on the list than Cape Fear. But it could also be that you say, I want to know what these values are. I actually want to fill out the matrix, to fill in the matrix. How can we do that? Well, let me see here. So the maximum score you could have is this one. Yeah? If you would take the dot product, is 5 times 5 is 25, and we have again 2 more, plus 25 plus 25 equals 75. So if we divide by 75, we need to convert to divide by 5. Yeah? Because our score is from 1 to 5. Yeah? So what you did here is you divided by 15. Yeah? So if we divide these numbers by 15, we will know what the score is. So let me grasp a calculator. Have it in my pocket. Sorry. So if we do 20 divided by 15, then it would be 1.3. So if we divide by 15, it would be 1.3, and 40 divided by 15 2.6. Yeah. So Titanic 2.6, I would round to 3. Yeah. And then Cape Fear, I would say the score she would rate 1. Yeah. So this is a method for us to be able to rank or to fill in this matrix.